Davenport's Public Works Department is pretty high-tech when it comes to battling winter storms. The system is dealing with a $4.6 million deficit, so district leaders say they might have to cut teachers in other positions from Rock Island schools next year. Crossing the river is going to get even tougher because the I-74 bridge is back down to one lane. Yesterday, area law enforcement arrested several men for allegedly conspiring together and distributing more than 1,000 kilograms of marijuana in Knox County and elsewhere. Rock Island police pulled over a car that didn't have any license plates. When the officer was walking over to the car, the driver took off. So if you'd like to see an eagle out in the wild, you'll have to wait for a colder winter and keep your eyes peeled when looking along the Mississippi or Rock River. Reporting in Rock Island, Meaghan Corson, CBS 4 News. This morning, many residents in Tuscowa woke up to a bang and had no idea what was going on. But once they found out about the train derailing, they were shocked.
It sounded like a sonic boom, and I thought, then I heard a jet flying. And I couldn't figure out why the jet wasn't going away. I thought it would faint.
But the sound didn't fade. Soon after, a neighbor filled Cal's ear in on what happened.
Finally, then a neighbor girl came over and knocked on the door, pounded on the door, and then we knew that there's a derailment and there's ethanol that was burning.
Cal and his wife Carol then packed some essentials and left for a friend's house. Carol said she didn't know what else to take.
I just thought, well, is it something that we should be concerned about our house? Do we take pictures, stuff like that? But we decided it probably wasn't that bad.
Most folks went to their friends' houses or local restaurants in towns like Princeton. Some folks are already back in their homes. Reporting in Tuscowa, Meaghan Corson, CBS 4 News. It's just about 500 feet away from a Rock Island junior high school, and parents still can't believe their kids were so close to a meth lab.
With all the children that are around, and I mean, it could have blown up at any point, you know, and I don't know, it could probably take out a whole block.
On 18th Avenue, the meth lab was just a few houses away from Washington Junior High School. Parents say they're certainly relieved law enforcement closed down the lab, but they can't help but think about the what-ifs.
Especially with all the chemicals they use to, you know, make the meth and everything else. I mean, it's highly explosive. And, you know, that, and then on top of that, I mean, selling it close to school is pretty scary.
Parents are still shocked their children were so close to danger, and they hope this isn't happening near any other schools.
You know, you think somewhere other than close to a school is, you know, you would think next to a school would be the right place to do it.
It's just a very scary situation nowadays.
Drug agents say the community has played an active role in helping solve area drug issues. They're still investigating and expect to make more arrests. I'm here at the Terry Trueblood Recreation Area where Iowa City firefighters are training, and I'm actually wearing one of the dry suits that they wear for partially submerged vehicle training, and it's pretty tight, but as you get into the water, you definitely stay dry.
Just putting on the suits, putting on the gloves, the boots, the helmet, getting in the water, it kind of gives you an idea of what the whole thing would be like, you know, when the time comes we actually need it.
Iowa City firefighter John Crane suits up and gets in to save an imaginary person from the flipped over car.
Everything's kind of reversed, so you kind of have to think about where the door handle might be when the car was upright and where the seat belts might be, and kind of just work with your partner and get the job done.
Firefighters say dealing with all the obstacles is tough, but it's the best way to practice.
When you're actually working in black water like this where it's dark, you can't see, it's a very realistic situation where you're doing a lot of things by feel and trying to feel where the victims are at and try to make the rescue that way.
Firefighters say this training could come into play at any time.
Probably the past 5 years we've had 3 or 4 situations where cars have went off the road and have went into the river either upside down, right side up. After researching it, we're trying to find out what works best for us.
The fire department has been taking turns on this special training, and Monday is the last day. Reporting in Iowa City, Meaghan Corson, CBS 4 News. IDOT workers say the only way you can understand what it's like to plow is to get behind the wheel.
We're called about 4:30 this morning, and crews were on the road by 5 o'clock.
Randy Keel has been plowing for the Iowa Department of Transportation for 26 years. He says the key is for drivers to give each other space.
We watch out for them, and they kind of need to watch for us. We have blind spots that makes it hard for us to see them back there a lot of times.
Keel clears away the snow along I-80, going much slower than you on the highway, only about 35 miles an hour. The swirling snow and white clouds the trucks leave behind make them hard to see, and he says that's what makes the job nerve-wracking.
Just kind of makes the hair stand up on your neck, and then you kind of try and move out of their way a little bit, and hopefully they get past you without any incidents.
With high winds blowing, drivers have to plow streets over and over. And to get through all that, Keel says workers take turns.
Everybody gets home and gets some rest and hopefully gets all pumped back up for the next round.
Workers will be plowing in rotating shifts until the storm finally clears. Reporting in Davenport, Meaghan Corson, CBS 4 News.